everyone, it's Marie. I wanted to show you today how I line my molds. There's a fairly easy way of doing it, which involves using freezer paper. As you see here, I've cut a piece of freezer paper that is slightly larger than the mold. So this is going to ensure that the sides are high enough to go over. The freezer paper that I use is the Reynolds brand freezer paper. You can use wax paper as well, butcher paper, any one of those will work. I like the freezer paper. It's a little thicker than wax paper, and it has a shiny side to it. You can see here, this is shiny side, and it has the non-shiny side. So when you line your mold, you want to have the shiny side facing up so that your soap will be resting against the shiny side, so it makes it easier to unmold. So we've got the paper. You'll also need some tape. You can use Scotch tape, you can use masking tape, either one will do, but check this out. Isn't that a cute idea? I got this on Pinterest. If you haven't checked it out, there's tons of stuff to see on Pinterest, lots of good tips. But this is just a bread tie, and it just holds the end of my tape quite well till I want to use it. So I'm going to take out 4 pieces of tape. I always get my tape ready beforehand, so I don't have to stop in the middle and cut it. So I get 4 lengths. I'm going to put them up here. Here. And last one there. And then put that one back there, and away we go. So the first thing you need to do with your paper is you put it on top of your mold, and with your fingernail, you're going to go around the inside of the mold to make an indentation. So here's one. There's one, and hold the paper, make sure it doesn't shift at the same time, like that. Okay, make sure it's nice and steady. You can use your thumb, or any fingernail can play. Alright. And here. Okay, so you've got a square, basically. And don't worry about this little end, that won't matter. Once it's covered with the freezer paper, it will be fine to use. So once you've got your squares, you're going to fold your paper along this crease. That's easy. So here's the first crease with a nice edge. There's the second one here. Whoops. Right. Paper isn't quite straight. Here we go. And then you can double check to make sure that it fits. Okay, now we're going to one. And last but not least, this one. Okay. So now you've got your inside, and then you've got these other little square ends. The next thing you'll do is you will fold from this corner, making sure that this line becomes straight with that line. So it goes like this, and like that. Okay. So from the corner, and I lined this crease and that crease like this, make my corner. Do this on all your corners. Now depending on the size of your paper, you can see that this isn't the perfect square, so my edges aren't going to line up, but that doesn't matter. As long as I've got my 2 creases lining up, like that. It'll work perfectly. So there's two. There's the next one here. Last but not least, here's that one. So again, you see my two creases. The two creases are lined up. Okay. So now you got something that looks like that. This is kind of fun if you like to do origami. It amuses my inner child. Okay. So next, I'm going to remember which side is which here. You're going to make your little corners by turning in your folds that you just created. Makes a little corner like that and like this. And I like to trim off this little excess here. Makes it fit in the box a little bit easier. Right? Do this on the other side. Oh, yes. And trim. So now you got something that looks like that. You could also, without folding them and trimming them, you can just go and take out some of these trimmings. You'll find that you develop your own method as you do this. Okay, so now we're going to fold our little corners in, like we did here. Oh, come on now. Be nice. There we go. I'm going to make sure which way my square goes. So that was this way. Okay. So let's fold this in first. A little bit finagly, but and you go there. Wax paper is a little bit easier to use because it's not as thick, but I like this one. Okay, so now you make it fit right down the bottom. Make sure all your bottom edges fit nicely. Then we're going to cut our corners. Yes, we do cut corners in this video. Cut the corners. There we go. And then you just wrap this on the side. Put your tape here. Down on the side. I could cut this one a little bit deeper. Come on. And this side. And this side. And voila. Your soap mold is all aligned. And it's nice and straight and smooth. Now, some people will actually line them by cutting two strips of paper. They'll put one strip this way, glue that one down, and then take another strip and glue it this way. I'm not too crazy about that method because it leaves the corners unprotected, and sometimes soap will leak out of the corners. So this is why I like doing it all in one piece of paper. It's folded, and even if it leaks through the fold, it will still be contained within the paper, so that you're not going to get your molds all messed up with soap. And there's nothing more boring or worse than having to scrape the soap off of your wooden molds. So this way, your soap mold stays nice and clean, And then when you're done with your soap, after it's hardened, you just untape it, just take it out, and away you go. And this is, as I said in the earlier video, this is just a little drawer. As you can tell from the drawer pull here, this was from IKEA. They had a little chest of drawers, and I thought, geez, these will make nice molds. You can make your own molds by, cutting some wood pieces and filling them together. I did that. It's easy to do, but just make sure that when you put them together, that the bottom of your mold isn't slightly bigger than the top of your mold, so that your sides aren't angled a little bit. Sometimes you can't see it, but if you measure it with a T, you'll see the difference. Because I made my mold and I hadn't realized that, and put the soap in, and well, would you know, the soap wouldn't come out because it was bigger on the bottom than it was on top. And that was my little experience. So, words of caution, if you make your own, make sure that it's straight. So anyway, this is mold lining all done. Thanks for watching.